All right, it's working. Okay, great. So we're gonna do like a play test of the Duelist Kingdom board game. It's gonna be a pretty big game, and I'll show you the world map, right? So we're on the map screen now, and over here we keep track of all the star chips everybody has in the tournament, and then they also have these kind of like character event cards, with like Millennium items and different cheating tactics and like other stuff they can do. So over here, if we look at the turn order, we rolled the dice to kind of decide like who gets to go first and stuff. So Yugi gets to go first and Weevil gets to go second. Now this is going to be completely random, so don't expect these duels to be the same as the ones in the TV show, and it won't be in the same order either. There's a lot of like replay value to this, right? Because you can kind of make it so the Duelist Kingdom could have gone any way that you wanted it to, really. And we're gonna experiment with that and just see what happens this during this playthrough. So it kind of just worked out that like Weevil and Yugi are gonna duel each other first. Now, the main reason for the Yugi Weevil rivalry is because of this card. Say goodbye to Exodia. And so basically, like what Weevil does is he just takes like Yugi's like rare Exodia pieces and they're gone. Right? So there goes Exodia. Exodia's out of the tournament. And that's basically like Weevil's plan to win, right? Because like from Weevil's point of view, this card makes sense to play. Now you could play an alternate universe where Weevil doesn't cheat and chuck the Exodia cards away. And maybe you do that because you want to win them in an anti-duel with Yugi, or maybe we live in a fantasy land where Weevil's a nice guy and he just doesn't cheat. I don't know. But the Weevil I know, he would definitely chuck the Exodia pieces right off the boat. And so that brings us to our first match because now Yugi's pissed, right? So we got the two guys here. Now, if you look on the world map, you've got a field that Weevil wants to duel on, and Yugi agreed to it. And how that field is set up is they've got Wasteland on one side and Forest on the other, right? Now, obviously, Weevil's going to want to play in the Forest because that gives his bugs a power up, right? But Yugi is going to stick to the Wasteland. Even though like his monsters don't necessarily get a boost from Wasteland, it is like enough that, and the decks are shuffled. It's enough that like maybe Yugi could play something that gets a bonus from it. Like maybe he has a Mammoth Graveyard kicking around, or Giant Soldier Stone or something, right? So then you kind of look like this Forest, right? So all the cards have like their anime erratas too, which is pretty cool. So we put those guys up here, and then we got the decks, and then it's gonna be time to duel, right? So we'll see how it goes. The first match of the tournament is Yugi versus Weevil.